Wells only and his guests are not responsible for any losses you may accrue from having weak hands. Where the haters at? Y'all bitches still ain't showed up. And now, right, we got Hex, flawless uptime. People thought this was a joke. Now they're mad at the chart.
This is Wells only. Glad you guys can make it out. I'm making some claims that are pretty outlandish, but I can back them up. Boom. End of story. There is no other crypto out there, so don't get it twisted. If you don't understand where you're parking your money, you're gonna pay the consequences for that, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. Boom. Right? The reality is that I want to be rich as fuck. There's only one way to be rich as fuck. That's by sitting on your ass the longest.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the secret. The guy well told you. Richard done told you. I done told you. Kareem done told you. Maddie done told you. Everybody done told you. Everybody done told you. Shit, motherfuckers still acting like they don't know. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
100% safe. There's plenty of games left.
Valiant done told you. Yo, everybody said it. Man, hey, you know what it is, man? Everybody done told you. Y'all's deep. Everybody. My God. Hex agents, bro. Everybody. Australians, man. Everybody gets it. Yo, when is it told you? Dollar told you. Everybody done told you. It's crazy. Yeah. Life is good when the day of the week no longer matters. Just an anecdote there if you didn't know. Shout out to y'all. I just wanted to take some time out just to reflect on some basic principles, go over some basic facts, talk about what this crypto thing is, why it exists, why should we care? You know, at the end of the day, there's already markets everywhere else in the world. You know, why do we give a shit about crypto markets? You know, we're going to talk about all of that. And these are things that you guys need to remember when you're out here on your own making your own decisions, right? Because the whole point of YouTube and places like that, where you gather information from, it's to create essentially a mosaic of information for yourself so that you can pick and choose and make the best decision that fits your situation at that point in time. Because, you know, if there's one thing that's true is that the only constant is change. You know, and some of us here are here to talk about real alpha, you know, things that are going to add value to your life, not sell you some bullshit that really isn't going to add value to your life. Because at the end of the day, you know, all of the reasons why crypto, what crypto, they're all related to why you're human, why you're oppressed, why you're working, why you hate your life. All of that, all of that, all of that is interconnected, related, and directly connects and goes right up into crypto. All of it. Politics, religion, all that bullshit that you think don't matter, everything, it matters to crypto. That's exactly why crypto exists. Greed, sin, lust, you name it. All of that is why crypto exists, first and foremost. Now, how could that be? How could it be that something that seems so trivial that nobody even knows about, cares about, etc., is driven and predicated on everything? How could that be? It sounds almost like that's being made up, like if I'm trying to blow smoke up your ass. And the simple fact is that I cannot. Because money is a sociological experiment at every point in time. Doesn't matter how the money is formed, how the money is defined, how the money is structured. None of that matters because we've had plenty of economic systems over the past several hundred years that have operated on fugazi money, on fake money, on fiat. So clearly it's a function of discipline and not the money itself. Now, the problem is that when men are allowed to make the rules and whatnot, well, as we can all see from what's happening on PulseChain, motherfuckers don't know how to control themselves. Because they think just because they can press deploy, it means that they should deploy some shit. But that's not what crypto's about. They're lying to you once again, and like I say all the time on Twitter, same Pokemon. You literally cannot collect them all. The whole notion is asinine. This is not the stock market. The notion of diversification is lost. It's not real. Especially when you're talking about the same asset class. Like, where's the thought process in that? Are you even thinking when you're talking? "2022 should show everybody that when everything is going bad, everything goes bad together. That's true in the legacy markets, and that's clearly true in crypto. Very simple." Right? So, how are you diversifying anything if you got the same type of shit? You're not. You're just lying to yourself. Literally doesn't matter what the fuck you say. And I don't even need to pull up charts for that. Like, 2022, everybody saw that shit. Everything went down. 2023, though, stocks is up. Crypto's still down and sideways. So, what's going on? Why is that the case? Well, crypto is not the easy money, right? Right now, the easy money is the Fed dropping the ball, right? And we talked about this probably what is this? July, probably like 2-3 months ago. Whenever it was the last time I even talked about macro, because I mean it's been the same stuff since then. Market's still going the same direction. All of that. I mean, it was either gonna continue to go sideways at that point because it was in a range, or break out, and it broke out. Right. So I didn't have to like beat a dead horse. So, why do we even care about any of this? And I think that these are things that you guys got to think about when you're out here getting paraded and prodded and, some other shit's getting thrown in your face and all this crap. Because at the end of the day, that's not what crypto's about. Crypto started with one single item. Now we got 5,000, 12, 20,000, 50,000 coins. We got that many coins, man. Straight up. You think about all the chains that exist, all the versions of the same coins, right? I mean, there's already like 6 hexes, right? All these things. are facts, right? But then the question becomes, well, what's the upside? What's the downside? Because we can't change the facts. Only thing we can do is try to assess what the best move is. That's all we can do, right? People are going to deploy their shit protocols. People are going to make up whatever lies they got to do to spin whatever narrative suits them best. People are going to do and say whatever because that's the nature of free markets, right? That's the nature of free markets. Scammers can scam, liars can lie, cheaters can cheat, and winners can win. Losers can lose. That's the nature of it, right? This is what we see all the time. Now, if you look at the thumbnail I created for this stream, you'll see that it's a picture of the stock market over like the past 20 something years, or maybe even 30. Let me take a look, man. I don't even know. 40 from 81 to now. Yeah, from 81 to now, right? So the past 40 something years, 42 years. Economic crises over economic crises over economic crises over economic crises. And shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Shout out to all the viewers. Thank you guys for joining. Over the past 40 years, we must have had at least 20 economic crises, one every 6 months. Okay. Now, what you see in that thumbnail is the simple fact that the stock market went up regardless over time. Now, how is it that the economy continues to get destabilized over time to the point that we can visibly see it? Because we can, regardless of all the new buildings and all the new shit that's out there, you can see that the quality of life in general across the board is lower for all parties involved. And clearly we're not talking about the top, right? We're talking about the people that work and gotta work. That's who we're talking about. We're not talking about rich motherfuckers. So miss me with that bullshit. Don't even try to come on here with that. So keeping that in mind, it's imperative. Hold on, guys. Keeping that in mind, it's imperative that we understand how markets are driven up and down, right? Because what's the point of new money? What's the point of being able to see all these economic crises and see that chart going up and to the right while knowing that in reality, the real world is impacted negatively every single time? I mean, this is the reality of the situation. I don't think that's apparent to people. In our lifetimes, 1980 and forward, we've had at least 20 economic crises anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter where. US, Burma, wherever the fuck. It doesn't matter. And those are the ones that are visibly shown on that chart. Not all of them. There's going to be tons of them that you never even hear about because guess what? The Western world doesn't give a fuck to acknowledge it. But it happened. So, on top of the fact that you're only seeing a slice of what actually occurred, you have to comprehend that that's what happened. And you cannot change that. Don't give a fuck who you are. You can't change what literally happened. And that's it. What are you going to do or say to change that? What can you do to change the past? Let me know. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm still waiting. Because that's exactly what you're going to be doing too. Waiting forever. Because there's not a reply for that. Right? Now, the economy continues to get shoved into a shitter. Stock market keeps getting pumped to the moon with fake money. How do you benefit from that? Right? As a nondescript speculator or spectator, you're not even speculating, you're really just spectating. Most people don't even get involved in stock market at all. Most people don't get involved in the stock market at all. They don't. It's something that people don't even really talk about. I mean, it's very rare. It's very rare the person that gets involved. And then when they do, you're led to believe that it's a challenge of wits, and it's not. There's no wits. There's no valuations. There's none of that. Anytime, and you hear these clowns talking about valuations all the time. In fact, in that little trailer, you hear that little academic fuckboy talking about valuations. How is it that things are perpetually valued higher over time? And I've already given y'all the answer time and again, but I'm just asking a rhetorical question to his dumb ass, because he's a dumbass, just like the rest of those academic fuckboys, and just like anybody else that pretends to be a smart motherfucker on Wall Street, because that's what you got on Wall Street, a bunch of pretend motherfuckers, literally. That's why they don't know what the next trade is, and I'm here telling you this is the one. Because them fuckboys don't know. The top dog that I know doesn't know. So there is nobody else that knows. It's really that simple. That's like you trying to tell me there's somebody better than RH doing crypto, but yet that motherfucker doesn't really exist. Where is he? Show me who that motherfucker is so I can promote that coin too and tell motherfuckers this is where they got to put some money to. Because that's how it goes. In the real world, that's how it goes. Now, crypto, and excuse me as I light up, crypto is literally born out of all of the socio-economic issues that have been created by the use of fiat money and the prevalence of fiat money. Now, this isn't an opinion. That's a fact. Because why else would we give a flying rat's ass about cryptocurrency or any other thing that is mimicking a function of value transfer? Like, why would we care? Why would we care? Why should we? Right? And these are questions that people that pretend to know crypto and give out their useless fucking opinion don't have an answer for, don't even think about, don't mention, don't bring to your attention at all. I mean, and not to pat myself on the back, but there's a difference between a person that professes to be an expert and a person that you just know is. You've never heard me call myself an expert. I don't got to tell you what the fuck I am. You hear me talking this shit. Freestyle on top of every line is a fucking freestyle. I don't have to plan this out. I don't have to write a little report before I go on stream so I don't miss my notes. And if I miss something, so the fuck what? Everything else is going to add the same level of alpha if I miss something. You be all right. And why don't you do your homework and help me out if I miss something? Because I can't catch it all. I'm just one dude. Just because people out there like to talk shit, right? Because clearly you can't catch everything. And at the end of the day, you just need what you need to make your decision. You see, and that's the hard thing about analysis that people can't wrap their head around. And it took me a while to figure that a little bit out, right? Because you think you need to know every damn thing to nail it. And, the simple fact is that you don't. In fact, the more you know, the worse off you are. Because at the end of the day, what are you doing let's think about it like this. Okay. You're a solo operator out on a mission, solo mission. You got backup. You don't really need to go out like Rambo, where you overloaded. Because all that's going to do is slow you down and mess up the mission and maybe not even allow you to achieve your objective. So why don't you take the bare minimum that you know you're going to need to achieve your mission and ensure that that's what's going to happen. Right? It sounds like rocket science, but it's not. Right? Because naturally, we all want to do more than we can. Naturally. Right? We see this in all facets of our lives. Just like we try to preach people, buy and stake Hex. Motherfuckers want to go out here and do backflips. Buy and sell Hex, not stake it. And if they stake it, they staking that shit for 10 days. You're not getting no play. All kinds of shit. All kinds of stupid shit that they shouldn't be doing that's going to keep themselves where they don't want to be instead of just doing the right things. Just because the right things don't lend themselves to instant gratification, you see? It's not that they don't think that the strategies don't work or anything of that nature because, those types of individuals can't fix their mouths to even think to say anything. They're too busy not thinking, trying to act to get results. They're being impulsive. You understand? All of that is impulse, dictating action. It's nothing further. Now, how do I know? How am I such an expert? Who the fuck am I? Who died and made me the motherfucking king of whatever I'm talking about? I don't even know. I'm just telling you what I know. Well, there's this thing called experience, right? And when you have it and you know who you are, who you were at some point in time, you can kind of see the same behavior in others and point it out. And that's basically what I'm doing. I am not talking down on anybody ever on stream. And I think it's imperative that people start wrapping their heads around that fact. I'm talking to myself and imparting on those willing to listen with sage wisdom of experience. And, if you don't know what that means is, in plain English, I fucked up a line in life. And I'm trying to help you skip the line so you don't get in the line of fuck ups. Because I tell you what, it's interesting how I'm smart in so many ways, but dumb in so many others. And the sad fact of life is that we're all the same in that respect. And that's something that's become so apparent to me so much lately. I don't know why. But there are certain things that we all excel at, and there's going to be things that others excel at that we're just not as good at. Like for example, I must have taken biology in high school like 4 times before they just let me slide because I was the kind of person that didn't understand I had to put in work to get something. And because I didn't get that subject, I never put in any effort. Now, of course, I can still talk a little bio and stuff like that, but I'm not qualified to have any kind of conversation where I could pretend to know anything. No, that's ridiculous, and I never will. But the point is that you got to understand where you're standing. And thank you for the super chat, Hex Live. Hope you're doing well, brother. At the end of the day, crypto exists because greed is paramount. Humans are not trustworthy. Those that are typically shunned and dismissed because those that aren't are psychopathic and will do anything. And by anything, I mean anything to get your attention, to deflect, to not be questioned, to not answer questions, to not display their so-called expertise in a revolving door fashion, such as many others do. It's easy to talk shit and not put out. But how many are out there putting in the work day in, day out, or have been for years on end, like Richard? Because I don't see anybody out there that I can fucking point to. And I'm not going to point at myself because I don't even consider myself on Richard's level. And financially, I am. Now, I'm not creating no products because I don't need to. If I wanted to be on Wall Street, that's what the fuck I would be doing. I wouldn't be streaming. So I have no interest in creating legacy finance products. I'm good. Don't have any interest in dealing with distributors. Don't have any interest in dealing with dumbass rich motherfuckers. I already do that every day at work. I'm good. And if you don't know, those so-called rich people, those are the people that got your life in a tizzy. Those are the people that think they have a clue. And I'm the person that has to be there and remind them that they don't. That's literally my job, day in, day out. Remind these fuckheads that this system that they don't like to follow the rules in, that I make them follow the rules in, because you're not opening accounts at a big bank. So I'm clearly not imposing these fuck rules that they come up with on people like y'all, because y'all don't got the money to fucking put it in no big ass bank. And it's really that simple. So my life is a little funny because I'm anti Wall Street. I work on Wall Street. I'm pro crypto. I promote crypto to the death. And at work, I get to tell these rich fuckheads, hey, you can't open an account here. Or you can't do that. You can't do whatever because your stupid rules. I mean, how ironic is that? It's funny. It's funny. Because at the end of the day, it's their system. It's not your system. It's their system. However, until you understand that that's what's going on, you just think it's just a part of the process. But no, everything is by design. Now we have FedNow operating. Now, what's FedNow? FedNow is essentially what should have existed like 35 years ago, 40 years ago. Like it should have existed forever ago. Whatever. Essentially, instead of transactions happening over the phone, over dial up, they're happening over an intranet. That's it. So it happens instantly now. That's all. It's nothing else. It's not that fancy. It's whatever. So all this is the next step towards the CBDC, because now the rails are up. The question is, what are they going to put on the rails? Because you have to understand, don't think crypto has to be what you think it is to them. What you think crypto is doesn't matter, because you don't even care what the definition of the word nice is. You don't care because you don't know. And they know you don't know. You see? They already know you're ignorant. They already know what you know and what you don't know, because they give you everything and you don't seek anything. So all they're going to do is come in and change what crypto is whenever they fucking feel like it. And that CBDC is just going to be that. And then we'll see what you do then, because you're so smart and so educated and you know so much. Because that's how the shit goes in real life. You don't get any warnings. There are no warning shots. Did they anybody let you know that they were going to shut down and you were going to lose your job and your life was going to change entirely in 2019? Did you get a warning? Did somebody send you a letter? I mean, I know for fuck sure you did not get anything. I know, because that's not how it works. So that's why crypto exists. Because you can't trust motherfuckers that tell you to trust them, especially when they haven't shown you that they can be trustworthy, regardless of what they say in a tweet or in a Twitter space. Very simply put. Now, let's talk about being a sovereign individual, right? Crypto is supposed to impart that ideal in you. You're supposed to be custodying your own assets. You're supposed to be king of your domain, queen of your domain. Educating yourself, promoting freedom from others, for others. Not trying to scam motherfuckers out their livelihood. That's not what crypto is. We all started a few years ago rallying behind this guy that knows exactly what crypto's supposed to be. And not only that, but can build it and has built it, delivered, fucking livered. I mean, you know, everybody plays their role in this movie. You know, Uniswap did their part by giving us a DEX that was not trash. So shout out to them, but they've been bitches because they didn't respect the fact that they were put on by Hex. So whatever. They'll get replaced by PulseX. And what happened with that? Well, they magically borrowed a little piece of the name the other day. How about that? Because they know they're about to get replaced. Just like everything else is getting replaced, that's woke. Go woke, go broke. I mean, and that's just not a saying anymore. That's literally the protocol. So, anybody playing with that game, good luck to y'all. Because that shit ain't going to work out. It's like I told y'all a year ago. Them days are over. And you guys have been seeing it. Everything's just like I told y'all, everything was going to be exposed. It's getting exposed. I mean, you know, facts only. Facts only. Now, crypto exists for you to be your own individual in charge of your own financial welfare, such that no third party can dictate what you can or cannot spend, where you can't, etc. Now, we started a few years ago rallying behind this guy that delivered what crypto is supposed to be to all of us. Now, we started out with one coin. Now we're up to like four, right? Four of his coins. And these are things that are true. We went from one to four of his coins, right? Now, as of maybe 24, 36 hours ago, we were at 1.2 billion USD volume on PulseChain alone in 65 days. $1.2 in 65 days with no adoption, or so they say. 1.2 billion sounds like a lot of adoption to me. I don't know. What do you think? And what's most interesting is that these very same people that were made wealthy by the same guy we rallied behind a few years ago to get to this point, now all of a sudden, they think they're better than that same guy that made them wealthy enough to be able to click deploy. Because, I mean, it's not free, right? You got to do shit and pay for shit and all that shit, right? So I just think it's interesting that all of a sudden, we got all these experts and all these people that just magically know better than the guy that gave us crypto as it is intended to be. I mean, I didn't see none of these experts when I got the urge to make a video because I could tell nobody had a fucking clue what the fuck was going on. So where the fuck are all these experts at? I don't see them on YouTube. I don't see them doing shit. I just see them magically click and deploy. Where's this expertise coming from? Enlighten those of us that are not involved in the background, that magically know you're the smartest motherfucker on the planet. So much so that fuck RH, you're the fucking man. But you ain't shit. See what's funny about that? It's crazy, right? Because if you were, you would have been the one that gave us PulseChain. Interestingly enough, only one guy did that. One guy and his team. Not a bunch of dick riders, coattail riders, bunch of fucking vultures that think they know what the fuck crypto is, but they don't. Clearly, they do not. I mean, they clearly suck at math too. Because these are the same dumb fucks that think they could generate hundreds of X's in the little shit coins when there's already 100,000 motherfucking coins out there. Like, your math skills suck. And how long do you think you can run a scam on people that just know more than you? I mean, maybe it's my fault for not saying shit for the longest time and just letting these leeches leech. Maybe it's the community's fault for not caring about their own pockets. Because I'm not throwing my money away. None of no bullshit. I mean, It's abhorrent to see and hear motherfuckers talking about adoption, but yet they don't promote the thing that needs adoption. I mean, you got to be some special kind of stupid to think motherfuckers don't hear that shit. Very stupid. And if it hurts your feelings, I'm not sorry. I don't give a fuck. I hope it does. Because you need motherfucking help. If you think you're going to continue to just fleece motherfuckers and lie to motherfuckers, them days are done. They're over. So I hope you had fun. I mean, the fact that there's still sacrifices going on in 2023 says two things. One, the level of greed is eternal. And two, the level of stupidity is indefinite. When does it end? It only ends when people in the community stop getting played or stop playing themselves. And the sad fact of the matter is that it has to be the latter. Because only when people start focusing their capital and respecting their pockets where it needs to be, that's the only time that the fleecing stops. People are mad that they're not seeing 100x, 50x, and whatever fucking RH coin. Well, maybe if motherfuckers wasn't clicking deploy. I mean, when you go to PulseChain, there are, let's see here. When you go to Dex Screener / PulseChain, there are 1,600 fucking coins in this bitch. 1,600 coins. Tell me about adoption again. Please. Somebody, tell me about adoption again. We need more coins is what we need on PulseChain. We don't got enough. Is that the case? Really? Wow. Okay. Well, guess what? We don't need adoption. We got enough fucking coins on PulseChain. We need less shit coins on PulseChain. We need more promotion of PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, the movie. You know, things that are actual crypto related items and crypto. Just an idea for those of you that love to talk shit but do nothing. Because there's a lot of people out there like that. They don't stream, they don't add value, they don't do anything but anything besides what's in their best interest. Not anything that's to benefit the community. There's a huge difference. If you don't know it, I suggest you learn it because it's apparent to anybody with a brain. So we know what crypto is. We know why it exists. No matter where you look, there's a reason for why crypto exists. It's up to you as an individual to stop disrespecting yourself and focus on doing the right things to progress yourself forward. There is no shortcut to becoming a goddamn master of life. I'm sorry, but they fucking lied to you again. There is no fucking shortcut. All those shortcuts lead you to going right back to where you should have been. Just how it works. Stop lying to yourself. Stop playing yourself. Stop rolling with lames. Do what gets people paid. Once your bag is big enough, you'll be able to play just like everybody else. But if you go on ahead and step on that ledge a little too early and fall off the cliff, guess what? There's not going to be anything down there to save your ass. You're fucked. Because there's no coming back once you go off the edge. And people don't respect that. you better remember what starting from zero feels like. A lot of people like to forget. Hold on, I think these losers are gonna pass by. Enjoy this in the meantime. Humans. Be the man, RH. Fuck all the haters. Fuck all the haters. 'Cause they ain't doing shit. They ain't about shit. All they do is talk shit on fucking line, where all we do is sit back watching LOL. LOL. People that are running shit and doing shit don't give a fuck about what people that complain are doing the same. Cause it don't matter. And have a nice day. Be the man, RH. Fuck all the haters. Your character's taking all the L's. Quote unquote influencers. Suck a dick. You ain't influencing shit. You can't recover from that. Never. There's no recovery. There's no recovering from being a sucker in public, man. Sucker. All you have is your respect, and once that's lost, you can't recover that. That are out here acting like they're quote unquote influencers. Suck a dick. You ain't influencing shit.
Yay.
Boom.
Hello.
Let's go, homie. Good shit, man. Thanks for slicing that up, man. That was great.
Isn't it great that sometimes you all of a sudden just get a new track?
Yeah, it's crazy how that just happens, huh?
The best rapper in crypto isn't even rapping. He's just talking.
You know how that goes. Don't even gotta try when you're just good at what you do. You know how that goes.
It's just funny. At some point, people don't notice, but like I think a year ago or 1.5 years ago, Wills and I said to each other, at some point he's just going to have an album all of a sudden with all
That's
these
true.
songs that have
Yeah,
created.
yo, remember we was even gonna do we was gonna actually do that shit too. They were
Well,
just both like,
I
fuck
mean,
it.
we got like 4 or 5 tracks now, so I get 5 more and you have an album. That would be funny, and if you bring that out in some kind of interesting
Way.
product, that's cool.
Yeah. NFT
Some
that
kind
shit
of
for all the haters.
collectible thing, you know?
Like, oh, Will's gonna sell an NFT. He hates NFTs.
No, we put it on a real life cassette tape.
Even better.
Just
Yeah.
just for the troll,
Just
because
for
no
fun.
one can play that shit anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Who has cassette tapes now? Right?
A lot of people do actually. You'd be surprised. They're coming back.
They're coming back. Well,
Yeah.
let's bring them back.
They're coming back in style, actually. Yeah, over here in the
the
States.
first Will's only album on a cassette.
A and B, side A and B. But yeah, man, I felt like I had to take a little time out to remind people of what crypto is and why it exists. The legacy markets over time have done nothing but fleece people of their money because they don't understand delaying gratification. They don't understand having a long-term point of view is what wins. Nah, we don't actually hear you if you're trying to talk, but it sounds good otherwise.
Wait, what? No, it's just about the sound.
Oh, yeah, it sounds good.
I was wondering if it was too loud or not.
You can raise it a little bit.
Raise it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it sounds better now.
I just have to get closer to the mic so we can hear the beard ASMR.
There you go. But yeah, bro. All those little things, right? Like, how do you make that all work together? It's not easy. So
wait, what? What are we working together?
Crypto.
Sorry, I was busy with my mic.
Crypto. Why crypto?
Oh yeah.
What is crypto? There's a lot of reasons why and what. Well, What is crypto is straightforward, but why crypto? There's a million billion reasons why crypto. We can go back to the start of time, and fucking ascertain why crypto.
Yeah, now it's also
Because
so obvious.
because nothing's nothing's changed. People are still, and maybe nothing ever will change. Maybe crypto is just gonna be a secondary economy.
I
Maybe
think the crypto that we are in, yes, because it's gonna be the same shit as in the smart people that constantly talk about stuff that normies have never heard of or don't even want to understand.
right,
It's this. It's the same thing with what you've seen in the entire society, where everyone's just listening to news and everyone's just listening to narratives, and then the actual smart people were telling the dumb people how it actually is, and then the smart people were called stupid.
right,
And it's the same shit with crypto, probably. Like if everyone in the world would have crypto, probably just like everything, 80% of that will not have proper crypto, at least.
right.
But they'll think they
That they
will
got it.
have it.
Just like people
And
think they
then
got money
probably
now,
it's
right?
gonna be kind of like a parallel market where the smart people do the smart things and the stupid people just do whatever easy incentive is in front of them.
Yup, that
It's the
marshmallow
same
test.
shit. Nothing will ever change. It's just
Yeah.
different contexts. So
What's good, Wonder?
yeah.
Gentlemen, Wales,
Hello.
Proof of Beard. How are you? How you guys doing?
Good, brother. How you doing, man?
Not bad, man. Just on the grind as usual.
Already,
Figured
already,
I'll
already,
give you
brother.
some support. You know,
Word,
come
nothing,
through.
nothing
I'm
else to
doing a
do.
drive by though, bro. I'm doing
Yeah.
a drive by.
Just come in and say hi to them out.
I'm not gonna be out right away, but in a few, I gotta.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
good, brother. I already know how it is. Yeah, just up in here, talking some basics, man. Why crypto is, I think, a very important topic. I don't think people respect it enough. I think people really need to get in tune with why crypto, because it'll keep them focused on why they need to be buying the main assets and not be fucking around. Like, you want to
100%.
fuck around, fuck around where it's fuck around the bull. This ain't it.
Right. It's not.
This ain't it.
100%.
Yeah, it's not. Like, you want to go speculate in the stock market. Not here. What
Not
up,
here.
Balin? How you doing, brother?
How's it going, Wales?
Doing good, man.
Weirdly, crypto
Hello,
wonder.
sir.
What's up, Alan?
Not much, brother. Just listening to Wales rap.
Fire.
Yeah, that's a great beat, man.
Yeah, this is
It's a
crazy.
great beat.
It's funny how some people just rap and they don't even try.
That's right.
It's good.
Anyway, you got to really remember why crypto exists. I think a lot of people come over here for the money, and that's fine. But you got to understand that when there's thousands of coins, and I mean thousands,
Yeah.
you got to pick the right one. Because if you pick the wrong one, you're not going to see anything.
At all.
It don't matter what crypto does in general, period. Plenty of people waiting for pumps that ain't coming. Or they get a little pump thinking there's a bigger pump coming after that, and they don't take the little gains on the little pump, and they get left hanging out to dry because there ain't no pump coming. Like, that's what happens with meme coins, and I don't think people get that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what happens with me. You see that chart and how it takes off the first few days, and that's it.
Yeah, man.
Never again.
People are trying to outdo Hex. They're trying to create something that could, whatever, perform better than Hex. I guess their own ego project to.
Right.
And
That's what it is.
even
A lot of
through the
ego shit.
chaos, and even through the chaos of Pulse launching, Hex is still pretty much taking the lead. How interesting is that?
Exactly.
Yeah. What happened to if you can't beat them, join them?
Yeah.
For
People have
real.
been losing against Hex for a really long time.
And they can
And they're gonna.
try.
Yep, and they're gonna
Dude.
continue to lose during this entire time. They're
The
gonna hate
the
themselves.
Hex against PLS chart is literally just up and to the right. And that's just one of the hexes. If you combine the two, it's like infinitely up.
Yep.
It's crazy,
It
man.
is amazing.
It's like people don't, again, makes me think of family members that disrespect their family. Makes me think of people that kids that disrespect their parents, that just disrespect themselves. Just how you gonna shit on what made you? Who do you think you are?
That's
That
right.
you all of a sudden are so much better. Who the fuck are you? You're
That's
not.
a great analogy. That's a great analogy. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not. Simply put, they are not better. They're never gonna be. They wish they were, but their duplicitous and malicious demeanor is only gonna bring that right back to them. Good luck,
Mm,
because karma don't give a fuck.
that's right.
Yeah, it don't. It don't. And everybody can win, but how dare you spit in our faces like that? That
Yeah,
I can't stand by that. Never will.
exactly. And like it's okay, and not be genuine about it. Like if you like you people like what they like, right?
For
And
sure.
if you're once a hex believer and you find interest elsewhere, and it looks
Oh, it's a
the
party.
optics looks like you're spending money elsewhere, be real about it and say, okay, this is what you're doing, but don't now start to attack what made you
That's
what you are.
that's
Like,
exactly the issue. You know, you can do whatever you want with your money. Nobody's saying don't. The issue is when you sit there and pretend like you're superior when in fact you're in fucking inferior.
exactly.
Because we're gonna chop your bitch ass at the knees, and we're gonna remind you who the fuck you are.
Fact.
Yeah.
You ain't got the time. What's good, Dolo?
Chilling. How y'all been?
Chilling, man.
Great.
It's good.
Sitting here, getting the talk,
You already
listening to
know,
what
homie.
needs to be listened to,
You
telling
already
people what
know.
needs to be told.
You already know, brother. Because they acting up fool out here. They forgetting where they come from.
Exactly. A lot of people are forgetting what's
Yeah,
going on in the first place.
for
Like,
sure. Think it's a fucking scam party. Like you can scam motherfuckers, just go elsewhere with that
Yeah.
shit. You ain't scamming them here, motherfucker. That shit is over now.
Scam
it
party.
killed me. It killed me yesterday when Richard tweeted that shit. I was like, Nick. I was like, bro, come on. I was like, bro, you know what the whole point of the Fed now is for? Like, come on.
Yeah, I think he just wanted the motherfuckers to start going in on that shit.
Talking off. Yeah, I thought the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, because I was like, first of all, the fuck do you mean? What the fuck, yo? Yeah, I think that was an engagement. I think those are his form of engagement tweets and shit. When he does shit like that, yo, because it's like, come on, bro.
Full
Why the fuck?
crazy.
Why you the king of crypto? What are we talking about?
Yeah. It's like, what you make Hex for, bro?
Exactly. Like, what do you mean, man? Why you trying to trigger us, bro? What's wrong with you? Oh shit. Because he don't even reply to that shit. He just tweeted that he
He
gone.
just tweeted it and disappeared. I was like,
Gone,
bro,
yeah.
come
You
on,
didn't
bro.
see him for the rest of the
Like,
day. He
dickhead.
was like, all right, have fun, bitches.
And then we
like
got
that, right?
Markable over here, freaking doing the work, dude. Like,
Mhm.
man, yeah, I'm gonna need some of that. I'm gonna need some of that so I can throw it in I could dub it over my skate videos.
What, as in the whole song? You mean?
It don't matter, you know what I mean? It don't matter. Throw me a little
Freaking
chips in here and there, or whatever you got. I'm
yes.
gonna
I
start,
mean,
people are gonna
Oh,
be
you
like,
mean like
oh,
little pieces of the song so you can slice them up in there and all that?
yeah.
yeah. Send me a message.
Yeah, I will, 100%. Nah, shit crazy, bro. I just got off a conference call with people, like, just like talking about like NFT things. People, they don't understand it. I understand it now, but then at the same time, it's like, bro, the whole point of
NFTs.
the space.
People don't get it, man. Like NFT is a receipt. It ain't nothing else. You know, like it's not rocket science. And then people just they want to turn it into some backflip and cartwheels and somersaults and all this.
I
Like,
like backflips.
I mean, sure, bro, but that's
you do
just a
cartwheels,
receipt.
bro. What you talking
Like a
about?
cartwheel's a cartwheel, a backflip's a backflip. You can't make something that is, that is not what it is. That thing, and an NFT is just a receipt. Period. It don't matter. It's just a digital receipt. Simple. It don't matter what like a T-shirt is like that. And I don't think people understand that. It's just that you can't have a fucking stupid version of a T-shirt. You just know it exists and that's it because it's on the fucking chain. But a T-shirt is a receipt too, right? That's how the system knows that you get
use your Hex to buy it. Yeah.
Exactly. That's how the system knows you getting paid out. If you don't got that T-shirt, that receipt, you ain't getting them Hex every day at 000 UTC. You know what I'm saying? So all of that is all the same, and people just too lazy to connect the dots. I don't care about NFTs. Why I know that.
I just like the volume they bring to a DEX.
Look, that's all fine and well, bro. But at the end of the day, how long is that shit gonna really exist?
Not long.
Well, here's how long it's gonna exist. It's gonna, like in crap form, it's gonna exist in its current state until the real world finds a use for it. And that's slowly happening. Yeah, it's slowly happening.
Yeah, like I just made one. You know what I mean?
Like a lot of people, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of companies are fucking with NFTs now because they understand and they can use that shit. But it's gonna take time before that shit is widespread. It's not gonna be instant because most people don't even know what crypto is. Fucking NFT. We talking about basic ass crypto. Simple as BTC and ETH, like nothing even fancy.
Yeah. I guess I should rephrase that. I like the NFTs coming to PulseChain because of basically that's literally all I meant. Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. That's very simple.
Yeah, and that's fine. I get. That angle is obvious. And people trying to use that as a reason to not pump PulseX and PulseChain and Hex. I'm not buying it still. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, don't talk to me about adoption, but you ain't talking about the main option. Fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Yep.
And when Markable brought up what's it called? The Pulse. Like he said, Hex is still pumping. It's like the whole reason why we got PulseChain and PulseX was because of Hex. Like we didn't. We got it so that we can take the money and put it back into Hex as soon as it got onto this chain. If you were smart about it.
And you get your stakes back that are just sitting there bleeding.
Correct.
Dude, it's crazy that no one.
Last week.
I don't think lately I've seen anyone really talk about Hex, and it's funny because payout per T-shirt is like 6.5 plus every single day.
Like nobody.
And it's been like that for weeks now, and no one has said anything about it.
Cares.
But I think everyone just got used to it. But it's fucking retarded, man. Like
no, Crispy's been talking about it.
That's I was gonna say definitely.
Never mind the usual suspects.
Yeah, for sure. Like we know. Sure.
Like we know I'm talking about it. We know he's talking about it. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
We talking about all the other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
In general, like if you check the sentiment of the market, as far as I can see, I don't see shit, man. Like, sure, I see Crispy, for example, talk about that stuff, and I see Access talk about it, but most people are just looking at shiny shit.
Hell yeah.
And it's so funny because I know that all that's gonna flow back to Hex, and if you look at the chart, it's pretty much it already is because it's outperforming the shit out of Pulse and PulseX, for example.
Yep, someone just swapped a few minutes ago 22 million Hex for PLS.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yep.
I mean,
I see the candle now. Yeah, but like it's in the bull flag right now.
And here's the thing, like I said, when all this shit first popped off, people are gonna pick Hex, people are gonna pick PLS, people are gonna pick whatever they want. It shouldn't matter, and it doesn't matter because the whole point is that they're made by the same guy that made Hex, which is going to give you the same quality product, and that's all that should matter.
Yeah, or better. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It's like,
so
If
why are we crying?
Yeah, but also if you think about it, or I've been thinking about this mostly, is if you have all these coins now of the same founder and pretty much with the same principles, but there's only one that actually does the yield thing and the store of value thing.
Right. There's
it's just everything's it's so obvious that everything is going to go to Hex once. Like if you have 100x in PulseChain or even 50x, how much money is going to go back to Hex because then you can have the yield, even if you just roll it in every single month. That's crazy, dude.
I mean, and that's the thing that I don't think people understand. Like I remember when, and what's up, Kinetics? How you doing, man? Long time.
No camera gang.
Hello.
Yeah, right.
only Bolo has a cam.
Only voices. Only voices and avatars, sir.
I have a quick question for you guys.
What
is this Hex thing you're talking about?
I've never heard of it, man. I'm trying to figure it out right now.
It's a scam.
It's a scam.
Someone told me
Elon said something about it. I don't know.
Yeah, someone said I'm involved with some movie about this Hex thing. I'm not really sure what that is.
Oh yeah, what's up with the movie, bro? How's that looking? Let's talk about that for a little bit. From your perspective, anyway. From your perspective.
Really appreciate you guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do it that actually, took some bread out of your pocket to do this shit.
Hey, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. It's often a thankless job to actually build something in this community that gets, some outbound messaging and gets eyes on people in the real world and that have no idea what this crypto thing is yet. But when we do hear it, man, it just means the world to us. So thanks, brother. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Kinetics, I have a serious request. Can we still edit the movie and put Will's track in there?
This guy.
Do it until they tell you can't.
If they give me the movie file, I'll edit it in. They don't have to work. They just give me the movie.
Like there's enough AI bots to make it happen,
right?
just trust me. Give me the file, and I won't share it with anyone.
Yeah, I'll pass that along. Let's just say they don't trust me with it, so maybe they'll just trust you with it.
Right. Mark, the beard guy.
You don't have the beard, so I wouldn't trust you either. You can't hide the USB stick in your beard. I can.
Crazy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
So
I could just see Wales sitting in Union Square selling CDs and DVDs as bootleg movie.
Hell yeah.
$5.
What was you gonna say, Kinetic?
I was just gonna say, man, we're doing great, chugging along, selling tickets. In fact, it probably got missed if you didn't watch the DeFi Syndicate on Wednesday with the Captain and Famous, but some of the select theaters that have been sold out for the 4th and 5th, they're actually holding another showing on the 12th, so the following Saturday.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like the following day, but that doesn't make sense because that's a Monday now that I think about it. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to... So all of you guys that can't make it to the sold-out theaters like Washington, D.C., Chicago, Austin, they're going to hold it over for the next weekend, so... You guys can still go get your tickets there. I believe it's already available on the Regal Cinema site.
Well, can I say this, man? First of all, because I haven't been able to talk to you since all this happened. Salute to you, RG, Big K, and everybody that's involved. Because I don't think people understand there's never been a crypto-centric theatrical released film ever.
Nope. Never a theatrical release for a crypto movie ever in the history of time. And even the productions you've seen, all the documentaries on Bitcoin and things like that, they're not as entertaining. The production value isn't as great as what we've got going on with this particular movie. So none of the others have ever been produced by a 5-time Emmy award-winning film crew.
Besides all of that, they're not the same scope whatsoever.
No.
I've watched all those Bitcoin documentaries. I don't know if anybody else has, but
they're boring.
Right? They're really weird. They're really boring. They're kind of no real angle. A lot of them. Jesus, hold on, man.
Yeah.
That's the city for you. Yeah. No, they definitely the way I've like in the documentaries I've seen, I'm just like they make you click, and then like after like 15 minutes, you're like, all right, bro, I could just go on YouTube and learn about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and that's exactly the thing. Like, you gotta just want to watch it. If you don't just want to watch it, it's not gonna be impactful, you know. And if you don't, like, it's really gotta be. It's a self motivational thing at that point, and that's not what a movie is. A movie really grabs you, it sits you down, it makes you continue watching. And these guys, from what I've seen, besides the trailers, they know how to do that.
Yes. I mean, they teach this. This is what, I mean, a huge portion of their business model at Muse Storytelling is teaching people who want to tell their story via the video medium, I should say, how to tell these stories correctly and how to engage people and how to find the right characters and how to focus on the right characters. Because a lot of times you'll introduce characters in the movies, in these documentaries especially, and then you'll focus on the wrong person. And it can't all be just necessarily about one person.
Right,
so it's got to have some kind of story arc. It's got to be storyboarded out correctly. And then your film production and your editing production has to be just top if you want to get the maximum number of eyes. And I think we've done it with this film. Like everything you guys have seen on the videos, everything that's been released early, the 15 minutes that Maddie had on his channel, and the 2 minute or the 2.5 minute, and even the 90 minute or 90 second, 2 minute, 2.5 minute, and then 90-second trailers that are officially out there now, they don't show you any of the good stuff, any of the meat and potatoes. So
that's great, because it's
a little sizzle. Yeah, I know. That's what they're big proponents. The directors are big proponents for not giving away the whole movie in a trailer. Because how many times have you guys gone to go see a blockbuster and you've seen the trailer and you're like, this is gonna be hot. And then the best parts were the parts that were in the trailer, and you're like, man, I should have just stayed home and watched the trailer for free.
Yeah,
look, I got the opposite for you.
I never watched trailers, dude, except for this time. But
Kinetics, I got the opposite for you. So I just met this girl earlier this year, and like the way we clicked was like my homie was turning pro for skateboarding, and literally like I talked about crypto because I got paid in crypto to fly my friends out to go make this event happen and stuff. And she was like, what? Like, I have a little bit of Ethereum, whatever. Showed her how Hex worked and all that stuff. And then I showed her who Richard Hart was. And she's like, I like this guy, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as I sent the trailer, the new trailer that just came out, she was like, oh, I don't know about this guy. I was like, babe, you just gotta see. I'm guessing we just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah. Well, it's not all about Richard Hart. So it's about this community. It's about the tokenomics behind crypto as a whole, and it goes a little bit into the tokenomics on Hex as well. Without getting too into the weeds and boring people in their seats, because there is a learning curve, and you do need to sit down and actually learn about this asset before you put money into it. But I think this is, and everyone wants, the PulseChain movie, and that's great and all, but to me, it's always been, you guys got to understand, this whole new network was created for this one coin and this one ecosystem. That's literally what this was for. Like 100%. The end goal still, in my opinion, is Hex. And Lights Out had a great post on Twitter yesterday where he said, I don't know about you guys, but I think from Hex's price right now, we could still do more X's than PulseChain and PulseX. And I believe that.
I mean, yeah, but nobody cares. Nobody talks about that. That's not what anybody's talking about. And that's exactly what my whole stream is about. People out here doing their own thing, trying to make their own way instead of focusing on what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not crypto. That's self-interest. That's greed. That's whatever you want to call it. But it ain't fucking crypto, and it ain't fucking community.
Now, that's not to say don't go claim your free coins from all these projects, because you can turn that into more Hex, guys. You know that, right?
Do whatever you want. They're out there. But at the end of the day, what's happening when you're onboarding people? You're now giving them 2,000 options instead of 4.
Yeah, I think.
I still think all options lead back to the one.
It's easy to say that, but not if the chart ain't going anywhere. It's not. Because what brings eyeballs? What brings eyeballs? Green candles.
Green candles.
All right then. Well, if you fucking sending every Tom, Dick, and Harry into every coin except the fucking one you want, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen? I don't even understand the logic behind this. Well, it's all going back into Hex. Well, bitch, it can't go everywhere else first because it ain't gonna ever make it to Hex. So that fucking logic needs to get shoved up somebody's ass because it's not working.
It's not gonna be my ass. That's what.
Whatever. Pick one. Send it there. But that shit is not working.
You're not keystering your wallet? Is that what you're telling me?
Basically.
No, my wallet is already in there, so nothing can fit now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think people are gonna get caught sleeping on the sidelines with Hex.
They
are like, wait, why did this thing run again? It's because it was always the superior product. It was the thing that this whole community fell in love with from the get-go.
No, everybody forgot that.
It was the only reason why PulseChain and PulseX was made.
Correct. Literally. I mean, imagine. Here's this fucking wealthy guy that does not have to do a damn thing for anybody, not even for himself, for fuck's sake. Not even for himself. Jesus, this dude is rich enough to have people bathe him and fucking dress him. And I don't think people get that. And here he is going out of his damn way. Going out of his way every single day for years at this point to build out infrastructure for people to survive and thrive. What the fuck is wrong with everybody else out here thinking they could do better, be better, compete? Motherfucker, you are not competition. You never could be. Not even if you was on the sole of his motherfucking shoe. Like, wake up. Stay in your fucking lane.
Boy.
Mute yourself, bro. Stay in your fucking lane. And do the community a favor and stop playing yourself by disrespecting everybody else. Like if they're dumb and can't do the math.
So should I sell all my Pulse Pepe? Is that what you're telling me?
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
It ain't my choice.
Disclosure.
The point is, the point is this. Don't you dare slander the products that brought us here, including the motherfucker that made them. Because we're going to chop you. We're going to come at your neck and we're going to stomp you until you no longer exist. I mean, that's just how it's going to go down. Because we're not having it. You can deploy whatever you want, but don't disrespect the king. Because it's just not going to work out that way. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, buy Hex and buy the highest of stakes movies, guys. Tickets, please, guys. Please do that. Let's get it out to more people.
I mean, do people even care? Or are you just too busy trying to press deploy? That's the question. Because that's the temperature. See? And that's the problem. Yeah. Like, it should never be a question, but it is. That's why everybody's quiet. Nobody can even say anything because it's that fucking obvious.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck out of here.
It's crazy.
Do what you want, but stay in your fucking lane.
You're damn right.
That's all. Nobody has a problem with anybody.
And buy highest of stakes tickets.
And buy highest of stakes tickets.
And buy them tickets for sure.
If you guys want this to be seen by the world, so here's the deal, guys. And we've said this. I waited for the directors to say this publicly before I said anything. But this is not the theatrical release is not a moneymaker for a film, not like a documentary like this. There's no money in this, and everything that is made in this is going to be put into marketing efforts to get a real deal done to get this worldwide distributed. But that's exactly it. It's a PR stunt. It literally is a PR stunt, if that's how you want to put it. I mean, if you can show some virality, which we've already shown in so many markets already, and we can get this in front of people and have billboards in strategic locations in front of streaming companies and have articles written on this thing and invite the streaming companies to potentially come even see the movie, and they see the virality of the community just acting on what it does on Twitter and with their sphere of influence. That right there gets us bigger eyes and gives us a lot more a lot more runway to be able to take this off to show to a lot more eyes. So that's what we're doing here with this, guys. That's the whole point of this, because we want Hex, we want Richard Hart to be seen by the world.
For sure. I mean, I think that, you know, everybody knows that a Satoshi Nakamoto or whatever doesn't exist. So here's this crypto thing that a lot of people don't know anything about. However, now it's coming to the fore, right? Like, you see people talking about it a whole lot more in mainstream media now than ever before.
Yeah. Hey, to be honest, I saw him log in like last month.
What do you mean?
Supposedly.
Who?
Satoshi logged in last month.
Oh, yeah, I seen that, but who knows if that's true?
You never know.
You never know. But anyways, but now the media is talking about it, and here you have this movie coming out at the same time, right? And I think that that's what's important, because timing is everything. You know, I think anybody that's been alive long enough understands that. You know, timing it's hard to time shit, but timing is everything.
Yeah. Well, I think it's definitely what's the right word for it? It's the timing wasn't on our behalf when it comes to this movie. We didn't plan this to happen this way. We would have released 6 months ago if we could have.
Oh yeah, I know.
So
I already know.
So
yeah.
it just, and I don't think things happen.
Better.
Yeah, I don't think things happen by accident. So
right.
this is I think this
Perfect.
is
especially with the way the markets is moving and stuff, and how the government is changing their outlook on shit. It's so crazy how it's like back to back to back to back. Like as soon as April ended, it was like, all right, boom, all right, boom, all right, boom, and then it's crazy, bro.
And then look at what's happening to the SEC, and all of these things are just getting flipped up on their head. I mean, at a certain point in time, I really thought things were not going to happen from a certain perspective for crypto. But now I'm like, okay, well, it's open season now, because now they understand that they're really gonna expose the world to it. I mean, BlackRock is not going to be talking about it publicly if they don't intend to do something with it. You got to understand that.
Agreed.
It's very simple. You know, this is very simple. So you got to be in the right place at the right time, or you get left behind. It's very simple. You're either going to be holding Macy's or you're going to be holding Woolworths. Up to you. Figure it out. Nobody's going to put a gun to your fucking head, but those are your options.
It's like, you're going to still hold that Blockbuster?
Yeah, and a lot of you motherfuckers don't know what Woolworth is or Blockbuster, so good luck. Because y'all probably the motherfuckers that ain't holding Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX. Man, life is funny. It's good to not be dumb.
There's so many coins at Death's store that have been around for so long. I can't wait for them to do the final Twitch. I'm dead serious. I mean, look what happened to Phantom. Just one bridge thing basically took them, wiped them out.
Well, you know what? That's a good point, Alan. I'm glad you brought that up, because I've always wanted to talk about this.
It feels like a setup. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Big facts.
How many damn, hacks and bridges and I mean, how many times does the same thing have to happen before people realize that this is just not a coincidence?
Until they run out of money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
That's pretty much it. I mean, people are not going to realize how lucky they were to have all these opportunities, and it's literally too late. Bro. That's how it goes.
I bought Bitcoin in 2011 or 10 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Motherfuckers.
I had opportunities to buy Ethereum at $60. I did.
Yo, when you're dumb, you don't know you're dumb. You understand?
Yep.
Like, and this is the thing.
Damn right.
Yeah. Like, this is why I love telling my Bitcoin story. Like, and I thought Ethereum was a scam too. Like, people need to wake up. Stop lying to yourself, thinking you know. You do not. Let the pros tell you. Because if you did, well, you would be streaming all the time. You would be doing all these things and relaying all this infinite amount of information that you can't stop producing because it just spews out of you. But you're not doing that because you don't have that. So stop lying to yourself and just follow basic instructions, because the shit is easy. It's not even hard. That's what's crazy.
Damn right.
Yeah. People are just they're just stupid. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And they, like I've said it before, like they don't realize why they're in crypto.
Well, that's the hard
they're,
part.
That's the hard part, right? Because
part.
you're fighting for your freedom in here, bro. Like, I know we're here to make money, but I mean, money is freedom.
But that's the thing. But that's the thing, right? That little point right there, we're here for money and freedom. Yep. We don't understand that those two things are synonymous.
Yep, to the same thing.
People don't understand that.
Yep.
That's what people think they have to move somewhere. Like, yo, if you're moving, you're not free, bro. You're not free. You think you got to go somewhere to enjoy yourself. You're not free.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, that place you're going to is eventually going to fall and succumb to the same shit that's happening elsewhere. Because all you're doing is inviting that shit to happen. Because you're saying it's okay for it to happen over here. But I'm going to go over there because it ain't happening over there. So I'm out. Instead of saying, nah, we can do better. I'm not saying you got to do it by yourself because clearly it can't be by yourself. But if you raise the points, I'm sure people will agree, hey, because look at where we're at now. You know, in this country specifically, I mean, fuck, never mind the U.S. Anywhere you look at it, it's the same shit show. What are we even talking about? Why are we acting like it's different anywhere else? It's the same shit show everywhere right now. Right? Politically, economically, financially, whatever have you. It's a crapshoot everywhere right now. You know, why do you think they're looking at crypto to save their asses? Because they got to figure it out. So one thing you guys got to remember is, like I was saying earlier, they're going to change whatever crypto is when it suits them. Just like they change the definition of words when it suits them. Right? I mean, that's very important to understand. That's why CBDCs are on the fucking table and they're not going anywhere. Because FedNow is really just the implementation of instant money transfers, which should have already existed 30, 40 years ago. But instead, they've been using the little phone lines instead. So nothing's changed. It's just that their books are getting settled on the day now instead of 2 to 3 days or 4 days. It does not change your life in any way. All it does is give them the lane and avenue that they needed to lay down CBDCs. And you already knew that was coming. So again, your life has not changed in any way.
Just know that you're ahead of the game.
Yep.
If you know about it, you're ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
And everybody that don't know about it, they're gonna take a stimmy. They're gonna take some get an EBD card or EBT card, and then they're gonna be locked into that system.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be asked for them because they're gonna sit there and wonder, why can't I take my money and go use it somewhere else? Because bro, you got a freaking certificate that only allows you to do this one thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or these few things. And if you think you're gonna try to do something else, you're gonna be lost because that money's not gonna be able to leave that system. You know?
Yeah, but that's just like the coal mines. I mean, if you watch any documentaries about Appalachia and all the coal miners, they got paid in script.
Yep. Yeah.
They couldn't go anywhere.
I was just watching something the other day, bro, about Appalachia, and some dude was just cruising through.
Yep.
And
I think we watched the same thing.
Yeah, watched the same thing. Homie was sitting there. He was like talking to a bunch of old miners and stuff, and dudes was like, "Yeah, bro, like we used to just get the company that you work for, they had their own money." I was like, "Damn, that's like crypto."
Yeah, that's how it was back in the day.
Shit. Yeah, you can only use that shit in town at the store that they allow, the general store they allow.
Back in the day, every little parish, province, borough, city, whatever, everybody had their own money. Everybody had their own everything. Certain jurisdictions had their own agreements, and that's how you were able to do cross-border payments. That's it. Literally. And in reality, nothing has changed except that the scope and the magnitude of the exchange and the borders have changed. That's all. Everything is the same.
Yeah, we had colonial strips. Colonial scripts for a long time. In the United States. I mean,
it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But what people don't realize is that for the people that are moving out of the United States or moving around other countries, just for quote unquote their freedom, you got to realize that if you're in the United States, it's probably one of the few countries where you're at the very least allowed to or attempt to fight back. good luck going to another country. They just won't let you fight back.
There is no fighting back in other
There is no
countries.
fighting back, right? It's sort of
People
like,
have
yep.
People have no sense of sovereignty anywhere but here. Actually,
Exactly.
that shit does not exist outside of these borders.
Yep.
And one thing you guys got to understand, that is the main reason why they want people coming through the border, not legally like my parents did, and probably your parents, right? Not like that. That's why they want to just bum rush all these motherfuckers in. You got to understand there's a difference between a motherfucker coming over here to survive and thrive versus what we're seeing now. That's not what we signed up for 30, 40 years ago. What they're doing now is political. It's completely different.
Yeah, especially with Eric Adams and them out in the New
York.
Fool of an idiot.
Oh, yeah. He's an embarrassment to society. Yo, my sister's a commie and she don't know it. And she hates that motherfucker. And I was like, oh, shit. I was shocked the other day. She was shit talking him. I was like, oh, damn, what? I thought it was me for a second, but it wasn't. You know,
She's
it was
a
her.
commie, but doesn't know it.
Yo, there's a lot of people out here like that, brother. You got to understand. America is... Well, the civilized world is where everybody is literally living Stockholm Syndrome and they don't know it. Anytime you go to a store, you're saying, I'm okay with being not self-sustaining. Straight up. Right? Think about it. You got a farm now marketable all over.
The crazy part is you don't even need a farm. Like, the crazy part is you could buy the things that you could, but they're like shelves. You can buy them, put them in your apartment, bro, and it comes with a light. You feed the top plants, and it feeds all the rest of the plants under it. Like you can do that in your own crib, but people just don't understand.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's exactly the point. You know, people don't know that they're subservient to a system until it's too late. Because what happens when you're not set up like you just said, and you gotta go to the store, and you can't get what you need to cook, to eat. What you gonna do then? Live off Twinkies? Cause that's like the only food I know that can survive, you know, when a crazy thing goes down. Because what's the perfect scenario for these? Let's talk about this now. What's the perfect scenario for these cats to deploy a CBDC? You know, have you guys thought about that? What would that look like? Have you thought about that?
The way DC explained it is like the easiest and probably the best way they would probably implement the whole thing.
What was his explanation? I haven't heard it.
It was how I explained it before. The ED and the stimulus. They're gonna create some
but something has to occur for them to be able to even be able to discuss that. You get what I'm saying? It ain't just, we're going to do a stimulus and that's it. It don't work that way. Some shit got to go down. Something. That's the only reason they were able to do a stimulus in 2020 and 2021, because they were able to use Rona as excuse. Just like they did in 2008. They were able to use a financial crisis as an excuse. You see? So something has to happen in order for them to be able to even issue anything. So the perfect scenario is one such that where there's another false flag, where they are able to line up the excuse in such a way that incentivizes individuals to accept that funny money. That is exactly how it's going to happen. You're welcome.
You just got to make people feel uncomfortable enough with the way they're transacting now to accept the new thing. So take away the banks, take away the cash, take away the ATMs.
They're doing that.
Yeah, they're already doing it. You know what I mean? It's going to come through. Yeah, it's just going to come to a peak. It's going to come to a head. And people are like, why can't I use this? I guess this is just easier. People are sheep. And that's that.
Unfortunately.
Yep. I mean, the CBDC stuff, that's going to get implemented in lower income communities first. So EBTs.
100%. Well,
the EBT thing.
They're going to do it like that. Yeah,
let's talk about lower income communities for those that are not aware or involved. These lower income communities, even they have their own money, for those that don't know. And this is today in the 21st century. Today in 2023. So if you ain't up in the PJs, you're not gonna know that. But yes, even they have their own money. They have their own bank cards. They have their own ID system. They already are living that 21st century life that these motherfuckers want you to live because they're subservient to the system. They're in the projects.
Yep. And they can't. They just taking whatever they can get. That's what it is.
But that's
and everybody else. And the only reason why is because they feel uncomfortable that everybody else can go get whatever they want.
They just trying to get some too.
Yep.
Is that scarcity mentality, right? That's exactly what it is. Because think about it. Why are you taking it? I mean, we all do it in one form or another, right? We streaming on YouTube. Why are we streaming on YouTube? Well, the excuse is this is the biggest reach.
Yep, the only way. Well, it ain't the only way, but
it ain't the only way.
It's the only way that everybody used to.
Right.
You know, like
exactly.
As soon as Rumble, as soon as you say Rumble, people still like they moan and groan.
Yeah, they're not really trying to fuck with that. But that's where all the hot content is right now.
And
all the shit that's live is over there. My bad.
It's
Go ahead, brother.
No, you're good. That's my fault. It's funny because like it's the same amount of letters, bro. Just type the shit in.
Not even.
You just type. You don't even have to fucking.
Not even copy paste.
Yeah, like come on, man.
Copy paste. Yeah, scarcity and Stockholm syndrome is a combination that they use to keep people in this mode to where they think they can't take a week off of being a leech to find freedom. Because that's ultimately what it boils down to, and people do not realize it. You know, again, guys, we got to remember that at one point in time, we were also stupid, incompetent, and unable to see what was in front of our eyes. You know, a lot of us were not born aware and awake. We became aware and awake because of experiences and this and that. So sometimes we got to understand the person that's not in our shoes. And that's hard for us to do because we're not trying to hear that shit no more. But that's how it is. Right?
Hey guys, I'm gonna run.
Thanks.
I gotta go take care of some kids, and then I got some more work to do, and then you and I'll catch up here soon on the Hex Investment Trust. Good things coming that way, guys. So,
I'm excited to hear about that.
We'll tell you guys more when there's something to tell. So,
that's awesome.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're in a bear market, so things just aren't moving as fast as we'd like them to.
Dude.
Well, that's because you live in a van, bro. So down by the river, living on
fucking gardens on his roof.
He living life.
See you guys. Take care.
Later, man.
Later, Knipples.
Peace.
Yeah, I got a rug pull too. I got to do a rug pull on myself, man.
All right, bro. Thanks for stopping through, man. Appreciate you.
Good people. Have a good one. Beautiful conversation as always, man.
Word.
All right, later, brother.
Be
Thank
safe
you.
out there.
Peace.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Yeah.
There was
Yep. Do you guys ever get anxiety thinking about this shit?
Nah, I used to. When I used to think about the future all the time, I used to.
Well, no, not that. Just how fucked society truly is.
No, because it's kind of already always was.
It's all self-choice. Think about it.
Yeah, because that shit. Because literally, like you could just be like, you can ixnay all of it by just turning it off and worrying about yourself.
Oh no, I'm good with myself at this point. I worry about people like
I know
in my circle.
I know you can't
worry about.
You can't.
Just let them be dumb.
Think about it like this: you can't help somebody if you're not good enough to be able to lift yourself up, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
So how can you help somebody that's not willing to be helped?
Exactly.
You can't.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, I guess I should rephrase that too. It's the resistance or the amount of questions. Sort of like when people find Hex, right? Like they went and bought a million rug pulls.
They're looking for the reason not to fuck with it, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
People can't get out of there. That's people not being able to get out of their own way, unfortunately.
Yeah, and because they're
I think that's a human condition, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Don't you guys think so? I mean, I think we all get in our own way at some point.
I very often feel bad for all the information that I have, and the rest just doesn't want to hear. And
Yeah. Yo,
Dude, bro.
that used to make me
You nailed
mad.
it.
like, it
That
just
nailed
it
it.
just makes me sad, but at the same time, that's also why we're winning so hard. So I'm actually also fine with it. But it's also the reason why I'm living in a van right now and just learning from good people to grow your own food and do all that stuff. It's just to take responsibility on every single asset or um, aspect of your life: the food, the finances, the relationships, all that stuff. Because if you have everything figured out, then who cares what the rest of the world does?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
and it used to be that if you have just one place, then it's all good. But I'm working on multiple places where it doesn't matter what happens. I can always go to a different place where I still have exactly the same situation, just with different people and the same, different climate, different food. But pretty much, just like with crypto, you can take it anywhere. I'm doing that with farms. I'm just getting more places, and I can go anywhere, and then
Nice.
be at a good place. And I think everyone should do that. And if everyone does that, then you actually get the right type of nature as well, like proper nature instead of fucking fields of nothing. You can actually farm by creating more forests, and and that way everyone wins.
You know what's funny? Lawns are even a scam, right? The whole notion of lawning.
Dude,
Yeah,
lawns.
your grass and everything.
Yeah.
Do you know where that comes from?
Nah, no fucking idea.
Dude, it's literally from the I don't know exactly what age, but like Middle Ages, where it used to be a status symbol. Because if you had like big castles or big whatever buildings,
Mhm.
and then a huge lawn, that means that you have so much space and so much manpower to properly maintain that
Ah,
you just it's just a show of basically a proof of waste,
yeah.
where
It's flex.
so much so much space, but it doesn't really provide anything, and it takes a lot of time to maintain. So you also
Sure.
need to have a lot of manpower, and so basically it's just to show how many slaves you have. But
Right.
nowadays people have their own lawn, and they're the slave of their own lawn, which is which is funny. People have gardens that don't do shit.
Nothing.
Yep.
It's just to keep them busy, but they could also put a few. It's ridiculous what I'm learning right now. How much food you can grow on 1 square meter. It's insane, and people grow fucking grass or put stones in their gardens. If you have nothing that you can eat in your garden, you're messing up. You,
Pretty much.
if you have a garden, grow fucking food there.
But that's the thing, right? You got to realize that the whole thing around that is that society breeds that as normal, as ideal, as what is good,
Yeah,
right? That's what you should be doing. Having a nice little fancy ass garden. But
yeah.
that's another lie.
So
All right.
funny.
It's
I
crazy, man.
eat fruit on a daily basis now that I didn't even know the taste of that food existed.
Mm.
It's the same kind of
Mhm.
fruit that I would used to eat, but now it's directly from a tree and not from a plastic.
The shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it has so many different layers of taste
Yeah.
that you're like,
Tomatoes.
how the fuck? Yeah, even yeah, it's so funny,
Yeah.
man. Like even just food has so many layers, and as in you can have the same kind of food, but the one is crap and the other one is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
For sure.
We need to experience it.
And Alan said earlier, he said something earlier that like it sparked something. But it just reminded me of what I like a conversation I had with my mom like a couple of weeks ago. And she was like, I stay ignorant on purpose. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, what do you mean?
It's like
I was
5D
like,
chess.
yeah, I was like, the whole point of knowing who these people are is to know, like, you want to know what's wrong with your money, right? Like, you want to know why you got to pay all this extra. Why do you mean you staying ignorant on purpose? That defeats the purpose of you even doing the things you're doing, voting and all this other shit. I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, that should be mad funny. People be talking about they want to vote, they want to do this, but yet they don't actually want to learn a damn
thing
about anything. I'm like, what?
But
Why?
then when you don't vote, they're the first people that tell you that you don't deserve to vote because you're not voting. It's funny shit.
Shit crazy, bro.
People just out of whack, bro. People are out of whack.
People are smoked. And they don't even, and stomach, like, bro, my mom don't smoke, bro. My mom don't do nothing, bro. When I heard that, I was like, all right, I'm fucking done. I was like, this is
why, yo, and this is why I be trying to tell people, like, and this is, I eventually figured out that it's not that people aren't thinking, it's that they don't know that they're not thinking. Mm-hmm. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, because at one point we thought we was on our shit, and then we realized we wasn't. That's why we got here. Because we was in that trap with them. Mm-hmm. Thinking like them. Acting like them. Doing the same shit they were doing. You know, and it took me a while, man, to really respect the simple fact that for me to be able to even have the information I have, and it's like Marco said earlier, you know, I'm respecting myself so much more nowadays because I'm just sticking to what's true 100% of the time and not worrying about what others are doing or not doing. I'm going to say my piece and you're going to do whatever you want at the end of the day. And that's it. Yep. But you can't say you weren't told because there's a fucking whole library of information there for you. For you to peruse through. Nothing but all the alpha you need on repeat. I mean, it's crazy.
Like, now you got AI for this shit. Like,
yo, it's about to be crazy. Fuck, man. Yep.
Bro, dude, yeah, people are fucked and they don't even know it yet.
Yeah. I mean, yo, the funny thing is that entertainers are going to be the first to go. They're already going. That's why they're striking right now all over. Mm-hmm. Because they worry about the AI taking their money.
When in all actuality, that's not the thing they should be worried about.
Nope, it's too late for them. Yeah. It's already too late for them. They're never recovering from this. I think Holly Petalwood is done.
Yeah, when I was out in this was May. It was last time I was in LA. Like, I was at my girl's crib, and every day we passed by Universal, and it was like a small crowd, bigger crowd, small crowd. Some days I'm like, y'all don't work. Like, don't you work another job? Like, if you work another, then just use AI and work the other job, bro. Like, right. Like, you don't need this shit no more. Like go somewhere else. Think about something else. Use your collaborative contacts that are developers and other things to do the shit that you know you're gonna do, and you want to do the way you want to do it without having somebody tell you what the fuck to do or control your shit. So it's like, yeah, man, people are fucking crazy. Stupid.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, and you know, it's why it's imperative that you really focus on what's good for you, and not what somebody else says is good for you. Because, again, all you need from third parties is information, not direction. You see, and there's a very clear distinction between the two. And people really need to be focused on that. It should be clear. It should not be a mistake. It should not be confused. It should be no gray. It should be obvious. Does this benefit me? Yes or no? You know, like, yeah. That's what it's about, you know. And if the information you're getting isn't teaching you that type of shit, you need to be stepping away from that. Because that's not what the internet is for. You know, the internet is probably one of the best things that ever happened to humanity. Problem is, people too busy not doing research. They just taking the top layer of information at face value. And you can't do that. Nope. That's the problem.
Yeah, people are lazy.
Yeah,
very lazy.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's all it really is.
Yeah,
they don't want to do anything. Feed me, spoon feed me. That's it. That's all they want.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of crazy. But you know, people eventually are gonna learn by hook or crook. You know, the market's gonna make them learn if they really want to find success through a market. The market's gonna educate them. You know, and that's one thing. That's why I try to warn people about doing whatever they out here, you know, being tricked into doing. Because while it sounds good for some, it ain't good for you. You know, you gotta understand perspective, you know, at all times. Why is this person giving me this message? Well, how does he benefit from telling me ABC? Right? Like, you gotta think about that. Why is somebody telling you to buy their album, bro? Like, why do you care? Think about that. Like, you gotta really, really help yourself be on top of the game at all times. Because why do you want to take any L's unnecessarily if you don't have to? Right? Why would you do that? I don't know.
Some people like to take L's.
Yeah, they're about to take a big ass L in the next 2 years.
It's whatever.
And I'm gonna laugh.
I'm just gonna say I'm posting since 2021. That's all I'm gonna say. I've been posting since 2021. I've been shadow banned here and there. Every time I say I'm shadow banned, people are like, "What do you mean you're shadow banned?" I'm like, "Yo, how I go from 800 views on Instagram stories all the way down to 40 views? Like, wow." You know what I mean? Jesus. Like, just because I posted something about Richard, or I posted something about crypto, or I posted something about some shit that is actually real factual information, but they want to.
That's why.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's why. You know how Instagram roll.
Yeah.
They can't have no positivity over there, bro. Stop it.
They don't want nobody to know good information.
Hell no. That shit is crazy. Man, Instagram. I don't even know how people be over there. Like, that shit is wild to me. I don't get that. But anyway, yo, crypto is supposed to be the thing that allows you and your family to find that freedom and peace of mind that you so dearly want and desire. Don't get sucked into bullshit. You will regret it. Go ahead, bro. Because I heard somebody was going to talk.
Nah, I said,
But yeah, I don't know if anybody got anything else they want to add. We're already hitting on 2 hours. Let's wrap this bad boy up, I guess.
No, cool.
I'm on empty.
What's up?
Like, nope, the gauge is on E, bitch. I'm out.
Yep. No. I mean, I can go ahead and start bitching and moaning about everything, but
we don't. See, again, it's not about.
Yeah.
Again, it's not about bitching and moaning. You know, it's about putting people in a place and putting things in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yep. You cannot sit here and pretend that you know better than the motherfucker that is better. Period.
Yeah, I can't wait for the day for, it's going to happen. It's going to happen when these things fail, these third-party things come in, they suck in the community, and then Richard's going to come out and be like, step aside, let me show you how it's actually fucking done. I can't wait for that. It's going to happen.
And it's sad because we don't want people to build stuff. We don't want people to build stuff and fail. That's not the whole thing.
Right.
But if you're going to sit here and be malicious about it, well, good luck. Because guess what? You're probably going to get taken out.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is, like, not everything's going to succeed. So there's going to be a few failures. I don't wish it upon anyone. However,
for sure.
When it happens, it's going to happen. And then Richard's going to be like, see, I'm right again. Let me do this for you. You clearly don't understand what what the fuck you're doing. And I can't wait for that to happen again.
Yep. Probably going to happen a few times. But it's cool. We'll see what happens. Yep.
And I'll be there.
Appreciate you, bro. I'm about to hop off.
No doubt, homie. Thanks for coming through, man. And thanks to everybody for tuning in. Alan, appreciate you stopping through. Markable, you my homie. Appreciate you. And everybody, man, you guys keep your head on straight. Don't let the scammers scam you. Keep your money in your pockets where it belongs and put it in the good protocols where they belong. Don't mess with no quality. Quality over quantity every day of the week. Peace. Right? The reality is that I want to be rich as fuck. There's only one way to be rich as fuck. That's by sitting on your ass the longest. That's it. That's the secret. Godwell told you. Richard done told you. I done told you. Kareem done told you. Maddie done told you. Everybody done told you. Everybody done told you. Shit, motherfuckers still acting like they don't know. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate
That's
that.
100% safe. There's plenty of games left.
Valiant done told you. Yo, everybody said it. Man, hey, you know what it is, man? Everybody done told you. Y'all's deep. Everybody. My God. Hex Asians, bro. Everybody. Australians, man. Everybody gets me. Yo, when is it told you? Dollar Paul told you.